Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 3 of season 9. Like I said before, I'm only going to do two regular season games per season, just so I can get through the season a little quicker, especially with the extra games we're having in the postseason. A couple quick updates before we get to the stats. Nick Chubb re-signed for 2 years, $18.8 million. So I'll have him for another couple years. Roughly $9.5 million a year. Which for right now is fine. That's probably about what he's worth. After those 2 years, he's not going to be as good as he is now because age is going to catch up to him. So hopefully when contract time comes up, he realizes that and I can get him for cheaper because I would like to keep him for the rest of his career. However, I can't afford to do that if he's not willing to accept a more team-friendly contract in the future. Derwin James, our just like amazing strong safety, turned down 2 contract offers that I gave him. The first was for as much money as he was asking for, so I met his demands. And then he said that he hated the offer. So the next year I offered him more money than he was asking for. I offered him 2 years at I think it was like $15 million a year or something like that. I want to say it was 2 years, $30 million, $15 million a year, and he still turned it down, decided to test free agency. Around the trade deadline, I thought about trading him away, trying to get what I can for him, but that would have created a massive hole in our secondary. And for one of the few times in this series, I'm choosing to stick with the player that's not going to be here next year. I'm not going to get anything for him, but I'm going to keep him on the roster so that we can make that push for another Super Bowl. And then in the offseason, I'll have to try to replace him. But I forewent trading him away to try to get any kind of draft picks or another strong safety back. So he's going to be missed. Definitely going to be a hole in our secondary, but to be fair, I made the attempt to keep him. I offered him $15 million a year, but it just wasn't enough. So Derwin James won't be with us next year. As for a trade that I did make, Spencer Jones, our backup running back, who's also our main receiving back, I traded him away because his contract was up and I just didn't see a place for him on this team long term. I traded him, a 3rd and a 6th round pick to Houston for their 1st round pick. At the time, it was projected to be the 10th overall. I'm not really sure what it is now, but I know the last time I looked, it went up to the 16th pick. So hopefully they lose a few games and we can get a lower pick, but at least it's an extra 1st round pick. If anything, we have 3 1st round picks, so if I need to move up, I can just use it as trade ammo, or if someone falls to us, then we'll capitalize on that. Middle linebacker Mike Harding, I re-signed him to a 7-year, $3.85 million contract, so I got him for the league minimum. He'll be right now he's our 4th middle linebacker, but the 3rd middle linebacker, I declined his contract renewal. So Mike Harding will actually be our 3rd, which will be that 1st backup. Not much else in news, or in terms of news for re-signing or just transactions. We are a little bit beat up right now. We have I think like 3 or 4 injuries. Some of them are key people, but we're still the number 1 seed in the AFC right now, only by 1 game. So still, every game is important if we want that 1st round bye and home field advantage. 2 games left in the season, including the one that you're about to see against the Saints. If we win one of them, that puts us in really good position to have that first seed. But we might have to go all the way through the last 2 games, winning both of them in order to ensure it. All right, on to stats. Tyler Schwartz, he's having an all right year. In terms of QB rating at nearly 100, he's having a good year. Touchdown to interceptions, he's doing all right. As I said before, I'm happy if we get 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions a year. With 2 games left, he's probably going to surpass the 30 touchdowns that I want, but he's already passed the 10 interceptions. So I'd call it a good year. Not a great year, but a good year. 67% completion. I would like to see that above the 70%. I would love to see it at a 75, but that's a little unrealistic probably. But I don't think it's too much to ask for a 70% completion percentage for someone of his caliber. On to rushing. Nick Chubb has remained healthy all year, which means he's actually gotten his stats. Plus, with trading away Spencer Jones at the trade deadline, he's had more of the workload throughout the season. So he has 275 rushes with 1,312 yards rushed and 8 touchdowns. Braxton Edison, the new backup running back, has 82 attempts, 7 touchdowns, which is really good. Only 282 yards, though. Deion Woodard, if you remember, he's that guy that I drafted like the 5th or 6th round that I was like, man, I have a really good feeling about this guy. He ended up being lower than a 70 overall. 14 rushes for 40 yards and a touchdown. Given that he's been the 4th running back for most of the season, just the fact that he's been on the field is impressive. But he's probably not going to be someone who's in the long-term plans. In fact, one of the things I've scouted heavy for this year is that elusive back, someone to replace Nick Chubb, because Nick Chubb just isn't going to be here long-term. Our fullback, Orlando Reeves, does have 3 touchdowns, which is awesome. Over to receiving, D'Angelo Kitchens, 78 receptions, 908 yards, 6 touchdowns. Rashawn Wynn, 79 receptions, 830 yards, 7 touchdowns. And then Sheriff McCollum, 71 receptions, 715 yards, and 5 touchdowns. So these are our top 3 receivers. If you remember, Kai Ali was our 3rd receiver until we traded him away in the draft for Jerron Tucker. But then Jerron Tucker ended up getting hurt, so he's missed he's missed 6 games so far, because everyone else has had 14 games played. He's only had 8. I think he's just now coming back, so hopefully he can actually produce a little bit. Benji Brennan is our 4th wide receiver, but has moved up to that 3rd spot because of Jerron's injury. So he has 23 receptions for almost 400 yards and a touchdown. With Jerron back, though, I expect that Jerron's going to be able to produce for us. He does have 2 touchdowns, but only about 300 yards receiving. Now, granted, that's on 18 receptions, so his average per reception is pretty high. He just needs more catches. On to blocking, Jensen leads the team with 8 sacks given up, which at this point in the season, only having 8 sacks is pretty good for the left tackle, and everyone else is below that as well, so we've had a good year blocking. In defense, Benji Mentor's leading the team with 95 tackles alongside our other middle linebacker with 92 tackles. Tim Cameron has 66, Patrick Barnett 62, Derwin James 61. Usually Derwin James is like the 2nd or 3rd in our team for tackling, so he's had an off year as far as tackles go. Moving over to sacks, Myles Garrett with 18. He has not been bothered by the switch to 3-4, that's for sure. Kevin Monroe has 8.5, Oscar McKenzie 7. Manny Russell, who's our backup defensive tackle, has had 5. So pretty good production from our defensive line, except for our rookie, who's only had 2 sacks, 23 tackles, 6 for a loss. So unfortunately, we're not getting as much production out of our left end as I would like, or that we're accustomed to, because we gave up Nick Bosa last year. But to be fair, I couldn't afford to keep Nick Bosa. So we just have to move on, eventually find someone who can fill in that spot. And it doesn't look, at least this year, that it's going to be Monte Monty Holloway. Who knows? Maybe over the next year he improves and he can increase his sack and tackle totals. But for now, he's not doing enough for us. For interceptions, Derwin James is leading the team with 4. So like I said, it's going to hurt losing him next year. Hopefully we can find someone to replace him. Terrence Smith has 2. Marcus Charleston has 2. And then we have a slew of people with 1. That's Benji Menner, Tim Cameron, Patrick Barnett, and Marion Whitaker. Marion is a rookie. And when we drafted him, I did say that there's a chance he would replace Derwin James as a strong safety. So we'll have to see what happens in this offseason. But if I can't find anyone better than Marion Whitaker, then Marion Whitaker, then he'll be our strong safety next year. So hopefully he continues to improve, just in case we do need him to move into that role. On to kicking, Michael Bagley has actually improved his field goal percentage from his average. Punting wise, Jeff Parks' average punt has gone up. Remember, it was like 37 yards per attempt. So now that he's up at 50, I'm very happy with that. Kick return wise, everybody's pretty much averaging less than a touchback. And punt return, about 6 yards per return, which I guess on a punt return, if you're averaging 6, that's pretty decent. Most of the times it's either fair catch or just a couple yards. So yeah, overall our team is doing well. The thing that's holding us back the most is we have had a lot of injuries this year. And we still have a couple people who are on the mend. Hopefully they're healthy by the time we get to the playoffs. If we can lock up that first seed, that gives them that extra week to get healthy. So it's important we win these next two games. With that said, it's time for the game, so enjoy Week 16 at the Saints.
Today, it's the National Football League. It's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New Orleans Saints taking on the Oklahoma City Nighthawks.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oklahoma City Nighthawks and the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, 10 is really the goal. And this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense to try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for number 32. Incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. First carry now for Nick Chubb. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 18 carries, 85 yards.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight. So the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there. But they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
He's brought down at the 30.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. From the gun, Schwartz. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd down, Schwartz. This will be caught just inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
A 4-yard gain.
They'll give it to Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Schwartz. And it's caught. Touchdown. Schwartz from 4 yards out. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. They got it done.
And it's good to make it 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
Saints nothing.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That
Thank
means
you.
2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone's talking about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Play action. Contreras. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake. Contreras. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Schwartz. Going to throw right side here, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
At the 49-yard line.
Off play action. Schwartz. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
3rd down.
And operating from the gun, Schwartz. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
And 8 yards.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Off the play fake. Swartz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 33. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
First down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Chubb, the ball carrier. Brought down at the 23-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Schwartz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Brought in left side by Snead. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, Contreras. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Handoff comes to Chubb. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
7-yard pickup.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
By
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Throwing on 3rd and long. Contreras under pressure again, and down he goes again. Myles Garrett, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw on 2nd down. Schwartz. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Schwartz's pass. Caught by number.
They'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Schwartz. And that will be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Contreras over the middle, complete. It's Hodges.
Contreras' pass complete to number
After
8.
1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
The first quarter with the score Nighthawks 7, Saints nothing.
2nd and 4. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Contreras. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw again, Contreras. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Contreras completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's in his zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Swartz, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
A 39-yard
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. Schwartz. Over the middle, it's complete. And inside the 20 before it's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And it's
from the gun on 3rd down. Swartz. And he's got his man on the out route. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Nick Chubb stopped short. And the Saints will have the football back.
Is a turnover on down.
Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's a surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the 1st down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped. And they got it done on that play.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
On 3rd down, Contreras looking long for Thomas. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
The 41.
So we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Chubb. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9.
And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Schwartz. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, Swartz. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Intended for
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw on 3rd down, Schwartz. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the lead moves to 10-zip. maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Off play action. Contreras gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. Contreras firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
On first and 10, Contreras. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brings up second.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, Contreras. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5 and now first and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try Booker again. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
39.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Makes the score Nighthawks 10, Saints 3.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
At their own 25-yard line.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it? Touchdowns. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
30-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's third down.
From the gun on third down, Swartz. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
A gain of
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
on the carry.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
They run. Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Throwing on first down. Schwartz. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
It's now second and 10.
Operating from the gun. Swartz. Dancing. And he will score. It's a touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Badgley on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense. Don't do us like that.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. They'll hand off to Booker. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. I'm sure he wanted to have a huge game, wants to have a huge game as the quarterback, but really on the ground, they've been very, very hard to stop. Maybe you just keep going to that well.
I think so, and isn't it funny how the definition of balance changes for us from game to game? Sometimes it's 50-50, run it, throw it. Sometimes it's just being a balanced running team in terms of who's carrying the football.
More than one guy.
Right, multiple guys out there, and now your guy back there has to throw it. Doesn't have to worry about it quite as much.
And they've got the lead here in the second quarter. On first down, Schwartz. That's out to Chubb, complete. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And he's got his big tight end here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll start our tour out at Arrowhead. Houston on the road to take on Kansas City. And it's the Chiefs who have the lead in that one. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Bengals looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. The Bears locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. 17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the
From
play.
the gun on 3rd down. Schwartz. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
Complete to number 85. A gain of 7.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the gun, Schwartz. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Tucker.
Schwartz's pass.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
A 6-yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Down at the 45.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
The tackle made just shy of midfield. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. Over the middle, complete. It's Tucker. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
10 more there and another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
26.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The ball carrier brought down at the 23-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Schwartz looking left side. He's got it complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Schwartz. His pass caught at the 4. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens...
And it's caught. Touchdown. From a yard out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that one a 13-play drive in total. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15.
15-yard line.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. On the handoff, this is Booker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 1st and 10, Contreras caught right side at Snead. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
At the 43-yard line.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdowns to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Going quickly here to Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Contreras. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
First and
What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
brings up 2nd.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal. They'll run it. This is Booker. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Stop short of the goal.
He did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Running again, and again it's Booker. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Out of the gun, it's Booker. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They're going to go. It's Booker. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Swartz. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Chubb with a carry on 1st down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
33-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
One quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. And again, it's Chubb. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it. Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Oh, eluding the tackle. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second.
To throw on 2nd down. Contreras off the screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. The Saints on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Contreras. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 27. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Throwing after the interception. Contreras looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Operating from the gun, Contreras. He's going to look deep down the field, and he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Contreras. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Down and 10.
From the gun, Contreras. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Ball carrier. Derek Noddy on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 43-yard line. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Handoff comes to Chubb. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A run for Nick Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Schwartz dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Actually on for the field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
Saints 3.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
5-yard line.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Contreras. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Contreras is
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And just to put everyone on notice, that is his 1,199th catch. So the next one, that'll be 1,200 for his career. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Contreras. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
a 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll try the right side with Booker, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Contreras. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
Goal at the 4-yard line.
They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Now flags will come in, and I think this is against the Saints up front. And that'll set them back 5. That false start costly, moves them back to the 9 now, 1st and goal. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Looking to throw on 2nd down. Contreras. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
From the gun, Contreras. And he's going to go down again.
The quarterback taken down and sacked.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And as a result, possession switches hands. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
off the bootleg. Swartz. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
A loss of 9 yards.
Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And For the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Off play action. Schwartz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Intercepted. The Saints.
So they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. The New Orleans offense set to take over. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to...
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
The quarterback sacked.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Operating from the gun, Contreras. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Michael Thomas.
That catch a pretty big one, Charles. Now 1,200 career catches.
The numbers that pile up, sometimes we get numb, sometimes we get immune, but 1,200, that gets your attention fully. Congratulations, phenomenal job, and I don't think he's slowing down yet.
I don't think so either. He makes it look easy, but this one not to be taken lightly. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Contreras. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Contreras. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Badgley on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Contreras' pass.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Third down and 10.
From the gun, Contreras. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throwing on 1st down, Contreras. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Contreras' pass.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Contreras. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Contreras. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Goal at the
A gain of 32 that time. Of explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for our visitors, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year, and they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
That was a quality win over a quality opponent. So, I'm very excited to see what we're going to do in the playoffs. This puts us one step closer to having that 1st round bye. I don't think we have it locked up quite yet. I do still think we need to win next week, but it puts us in really good position. So, so far, really good season, and I think that we will finish it strong as well. Tune in tomorrow for the 1st round of the playoffs, whether it's the wild card or it's the divisional round, depending on if we get that bye or not. Thank you for watching. Bye.